Welcome to the Creative Me podcast, coming to you from Guernsey in the Channel Islands. Hello, it's Martine here. Welcome to episode 17 of the Creative Me podcast. I'm horribly behind with podcast episodes, blog posts, email newsletters, you name it, I'm behind. So I'll be explaining in this episode why that is. Apologies for my tardiness, but I'm here and I've got things to tell you, so thank you for joining me. In my old podcast I had a Guernsey section of the show, and whilst I don't do this in Creative Me, I'm going to make an exception today because Guernsey did a good thing yesterday and I wanted to share it with the wider world. Guernsey's usually a bit behind the times. I think that comes from being a very, very tiny island. However, we had our first Pride event yesterday. It was an incredible achievement for the LGBTQ community, and I was very proud to march with them from Candy Gardens down to Market Square and just celebrate difference, diversity. It was just fab. So I just wanted to give Guernsey a bit of a shout out for that. Yes, it's been a long time coming, but it was a great event, and go us. In other news, I'm really chuffed to have had a guest post published on a brilliant writer's website called The Right Life. I wrote an article on Instagram stories and I'll share a link to it in the show notes with you. Okay, so why am I so horribly behind with podcasting and blogging? Well, behind the scenes, I've been working away at an online course. Offering online courses has always been a part of my master plan. It really fits with what I love. I am quite naturally a teacher and have a yearning to share stuff that I know with other people. So doing online courses kind of combines my love of creativity, technology, and obviously there's a business angle there too. So it was always part of the master plan. I've spent a considerable amount of time researching course platforms, particularly ones like Skillshare and Teachable, because those platforms have a ready-made audience for your courses, so there's a massive advantage to using them. The downside, though, and the thing that kind of bothers me in the back of my mind, is the fact that you're building your product on someone else's turf, as it were. There are huge advantages, as I said, but I just felt I wanted to make a platform myself. I am not a programmer, but my technical skills have increased dramatically over the past couple of years. And that, if you remember back to a previous episode, I was talking about my move from Squarespace to WordPress. I'll link to the episode in the show notes. I now feel comfortable with technology so that if something goes wrong, I'm likely to be able to fix it, or at the very least chat to my support people and explain properly what I've done in order to break stuff. So I felt I really wanted to build something myself off the back of my WordPress website. There are a number of third-party plugins you can use for creating online courses with WordPress. I, again, researched them thoroughly and ended up choosing one called LearnDash. At the time of recording, LearnDash, there's a special offer going, so you can get it for $129. Normally it's $159 without the discount. So for that price, the plugin includes one site license. So if you've got multiple websites you want to offer courses on, that's not going to be the right one for you. Your course content is protected. You can drip feed lessons, issue certificates and badges, create course forums, include email notifications. There's a year's worth of support. And the quiz module that's part of the plugin is really excellent. For me, having a course plugin, having quizzes as part of a course plugin, that was absolutely crucial because you need to be able to assess the learning that's taking place. So far, I've found LearnDash extremely easy to use. The installation was smooth. There are a couple of things I've needed support on, and they've been incredibly helpful. So highly recommended at this stage by me. So that's what I've used to build my course, the LearnDash plugin. Let me tell you about the course. It's called How to Create Gorgeous Pin-Worthy Images for Pinterest. And the key thing about this course is that you don't have to have any budget or design skills. So we are using free online tools to create gorgeous images. And when I say pin-worthy images, I mean those lovely portrait orientation images you see all over Pinterest with like a headline on and a website and a sort of call to action and that sort of thing. And they tend to use gorgeous photos. I'm going to, in this course, show you how to do exactly that. I'll make sure there's a link in the show notes to explain to you what you need to do to sign up for the course. And once you've completed it, I'd really love to hear your feedback. The reason I'm offering this course for free, well, firstly, it's the content is fairly short. If I was offering a paid course, there would be a heck of a lot more content in there. However, I believe the content is very good and it is certainly worth you signing up for. The other reason for offering the course for free is that I really wanted to get to know the LearnDash platform and properly test it. I've been lucky enough to have some online friends check out the course before I launched it. Huge thanks to Clare and Sharon for doing that. But I also want to push it out to the wider world in order to get general feedback and also find out what sort of courses you'd like offered in the future. So really, it's a bit of an experiment. I know I want to make more courses. I've got some ideas, but I really want to know what you think. So please do hop over to martinellis.com and sign up for the course and send me your very honest thoughts. If you wanted to know a bit more about my process for creating an online course, not so much the technical stuff, more the planning, I'd be very happy to do a short podcast episode on that. So let me know if that's something of interest and I'll certainly look into doing another episode for you. Just drop me an email, martin@martinellis.com. Also, if you've got any questions, do email me. I'd love to be able to answer them on the show. That's it from me today. I'm keeping things very short and sweet as I just want you to go and check out the course today if you've got some time. I'll hopefully be back to a regular weekly podcasting schedule as of Friday next week. So sorry if you were looking forward to episodes and went to download them and saw they weren't there. Things should very much be back to normal next week. So all that remains to be said is thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you'll join me next time.